Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing the the main I want to say the main character of this new arc. Basically, this episode was the Soul Reapers finding out, well, not the Soul Reapers, certain Soul Reapers. I want to say the main Soul Reapers, like the main characters, Yoruichi and my favorite captain, Mr. Rose Petals. They both like found out. I think theoretically that that's the purpose of it is to the purpose of them showing that he didn't want to tell the information to Byakuya Kuchiki shows me that he knew something was wrong with certain people and couldn't trust everybody. So he like had the information and then he's just like, like casually doing his own thing. And Yodoichi as well, right? Yodoichi had went from the world of the living to the Soul Society and then, did her stealth thing, right? But but what I got a little small, like it's not like insanely, like an insane problem. But Cone gotta be a little bit smarter, right? Like just a tad. You don't think that it's weird how this dude showed up in your house? You don't think it's weird at all? You don't think that it's weird that they were pressing you about information? Like, what Soul Reapers do you know that talk like this? You've met a bunch of Soul Reapers, and one, when do Soul Reapers ever come through the front door of your house? They never do. Not wearing their uniforms, right? Like that's weird enough in itself. Let alone the dude in the center that's not even wearing the same type of a uniform that the other two are wearing, and he's pressing you harder than they are. And the fact that two of them thought that you were Ichigo, and the third one knew that you weren't Ichigo. Like, don't you think that it's weird that the one that knew that you weren't Ichigo is not wearing the same uniform as the two that should have known that you weren't Ichigo? Like, you knew that Ichigo had left to go to the Soul Society. These are Soul Reapers. Why are they asking you if you're Ichigo when Ichigo went to go to talk to you guys? Like, I think that, there's, like, plot holes that can be like fixed. Another plot hole would be Cone goes upstairs, sees the girl jump out the window, and instead of Cone jumping out the window like we know he can, like, for instance, when he first became a mob soul, took over Ichigo's body, jumped into a second story window of his school, or third story. I think it was second story though. Jumped in from the ground, jumped into a second story window, and then jumped out and then ran away. So we know he can definitively jump out of a window, but he runs all the way throughout the house to run out the front. That's weird. Like it's those like small inconsistencies in the story that like you like pay attention to more when you rewatch something. So yes, it may seem like every time I end up doing an intro to something, I always have something to complain about via the episode. Well, if it were my first time watching, these complaints probably wouldn't be as prominent as they are because, I wouldn't be able to reflect on them, right? Another thing is Ichigo using his Bankai again in this episode for no reason whatsoever. He literally said that he couldn't tell the difference between Renji and Ikaku's fighting power. So why did he go into his Bankai to fight them? You know? Like Ichigo is able to fight Renji's Shikai, without going into his Bankai. Like we've seen Ichigo do that. And we've also seen Renji back down from a fight from Ichigo, right? Like Ichigo has a lot of things that he can do aside from just ramping it up to its highest. If we think about Ichigo's forms as like, like Super Saiyans, right? Super Saiyan would be a Bankai, right? And Kaioken is his hollow mask. He can go into his Kaioken in his base. So Ichigo, instead of using all this Soul Reaper powers that he's had right up till now, why haven't he used his hollow mask instead of just like going all out with your spiritual pressure, knowing that you're gonna lose it? Anyway, let's get into this. You might be the one taking me home. One thing really do want. See that you're the worst, but I don't know. Is that true? We both fantasize with things they think they know. Baby, that's why I just be free and let it all go. right, I am finished with the main. I don't even know if I would call this filler arc or not. I don't want to say that it's filler based on the fact that Ichigo is in fact losing his soul reaping powers right now. So it would have to be canon, right, to the story. Like it would have had to happen. Whereas like, a few episodes ago where a character was having a just a dream, right? Like that's filler. And then other stuff that yes can be like filler, where like the Don Kinoji stuff where all those guys end up fighting against something that ended up showing up, right? But something like this, it's hard for me to tell if this is like if this is a one-off, right? Or if it's actually canon, because he is in fact losing his spiritual pressure. And normally filler stuff doesn't impact the storyline that much. Yes, sometimes filler stuff can be mentioned later, but if something impacts the story in a way, it tends to not be filler. So this could be like filler mixed with canon, right? Where some of the stuff in it is canon and then other stuff is just filler. But it's hard to discern whether or not it is full canon or split between the middle. But because Ichigo is in fact losing his spiritual pressure, it has to be somewhat canon. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you did. Let me know what I can do in the comment section just to make it better for you to watch it next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.